Hey guys, Kyro here. Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Forever. I know it's been a little bit since we had a proper video, so I got a couple hours to record. There's been a little bit of stuff going on in real life that's prevented me from making normal videos. We have been doing every live stream on every Saturday, so be sure to come check that out. I'm getting a little tongue-tied, but without further ado, we are starting things off by jumping into the void over here. We are going to the end because I need to repair all of our items. Now, given, some of my armor is looking pretty good, honestly, but my tools and my elytra especially are looking pretty shabby. I mean, we don't really want them breaking because, especially if we're flying, we could just fall out of the air and then be like, oh, I died. Where was I? So we're going to be making an Enderman farm. We're going to be using Gnembon's design. It's super efficient. Very easy to use, very easy to build as well. I think we have all the materials on us. I got some stuff in this cobble chest. Oh, you know what? Actually, I forgot to go get leaves. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're back after that little kind of awkward cut. So what we're going to be doing first off, I'm not going to do a full tutorial on any of these farms unless they're mine, like I say all the time. Let's go ahead. We're going to use leaves to pillar out this way, and honestly I don't want to go that way. We want to be going straight out away from our main island, so we want to be going this direction. Honestly, I was going to build it off the spawn platform, but I don't think there's really any point in that, so let's just go ahead. We're going to want to be as low down as possible anyways, so let's just go ahead and start building this outwards until we can't render this anymore. Alright, so we are not to the edge of the render distance, but we are over 128 blocks away, meaning it despawns instantly anything that attempts to even spawn over there. So let's go ahead, and at this point we're going to need our torches. This is a great trick if you're trying to build in the nether, or in the void rather. Lighting up squares actually prevents Enderman spawns. And then we can do something a little bit like this. Just allow this to kind of flow down for a while. And then whenever we're done with that, we can place water right here at the side. And it'll turn all of this to the side into cobblestone. We can just mine down off of that. And then continue building out at y equals 0. We are at y equals 32 right now, which is okay, but that's not going to give us the best spawns for our Enderman farm. If you want details on that, go check out Gnembon. He has a really good explanation in there, so he can explain it a lot better than I can. He's a lot more Minecraft technical savvy than I am. I know how it works, but I didn't come up with it, so yeah, go check this video out. Link, if I can remember, is in a card. Alright, so nerve-wrackingly enough, we are here. Our lava is getting ready to be all the way at the bottom here. We're just going to go ahead and kind of come out using non-flammable blocks for this part. And we're just going to light this up. These are temporary. We'll get rid of them in a little bit. Without further ado, let's go out, I don't know, about 25 blocks, I say. And then we'll begin work on the spawning platform. This farm is incredibly simple. You can see we are at y equals 1 right now, so that means the blocks we're standing on is y equals 0. The lowest block you can spawn on, or build on rather. So this is a really low farm, and that is why it's so incredibly fast. Now, one thing I did forget, let's put a row of 5 blocks here with a torch in the middle. One thing I did forget is ender pearls. We're going to need a lot of ender pearls, and so I'll have to go make a little grinder over there because we have to get ourselves an endermite for this farm to actually work. But without further ado, let's just go out 5 on each side of this. I think that'll be enough. I'm going from memory. Honestly, I could be completely butchering this, but this should be way more than enough spawning spaces for the entire farm. Alright, slight change of plan. There's been a big cut. I just went ahead and built out the rest of the farm. We've got a little, you can kind of see it down there. We got string and carpet on there so that the Enderman can't spawn or teleport out to there. They'll only be able to spawn on those spots once we get rid of all these solid blocks. We can stand right there. All their ender pearls will get collected in that chest down there. It's just 6 hoppers running into a chest down there. I mean, it's very simple. You guys, this is a very simple farm design. It doesn't take very long to build up either. I've gone back a couple times. I've cleaned out our inventory a little bit, gathered up some ender pearls, and I got ourselves a named name tag. This will be the second time attempting to do this part because I forgot I had to name the endermite. And and yeah, whenever I left and came back, it was despawned. So here we go again. Attempt number 2. Our plan is just throw it down when we get him, and we have to get the name tag on him before we can get him into this minecart. So one thing I noticed before is that they won't actually cross rails. Like, we could step over this no problem. For some reason, they won't. So we're going to use that to our advantage and kind of run over here, name tag him, break these out, and try to push him into the minecart. I hate this process. This is probably the most nerve-wracking thing, but here we go. Okay, first attempt. Okay, there we go. I actually didn't even think about... There we go. Come on. Come into the minecart, friend. Wait, how did he hit me there? What do you mean? Alright, this is trouble. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this without killing him. Alright, so that took me way too long to do. Way too long to do. But we got him in here. Believe it or not, he is named. I went ahead and put another layer of carpet right on top of him. Hopefully they can't get on here and actually hurt him, because then I'll be a really sad Kyro. We don't hurt endermites. Endermites are our friends. So as soon as, theoretically anyways, as soon as I destroy these torches and come back over here, we should get a large flow of Enderman. So let's go ahead and test it out. And they hate endermites, so they should run. Okay, we can shift out of there. That's good. And here they come. Yep. Now, the moment of truth. Did I do this right so that they won't teleport to me? That's the real question. There's so many of them. They're taking anti-cramming damage even though there's 6 squares. That is actually insane. Let's go ahead and put this here. We need to get sweeping edge for this farm. That's for certain, because they would all be dead by now. But let's see. Here we go. They start to die, and we should get pretty much a constant flow of XP. Oh no. Yet another fantastical death for Kyro. And with many, many losses. I lost my boots, I lost my sword, I lost my axe, I lost my shovel. And I lost a shulker box full of what I hope was nothing important. Oh. Not having tools kind of puts a damper on the plans for today's episode. Old friend, I'm coming home. This should be called the fishing machine of shame. Give me that freaking fishing pole. Stupid Enderman. Alright guys, it's been 4 days? 4 days! 4 days of fishing to get 4 mending books, by the way. That is a long time. Saturday's live stream, we're going to be fixing that. This video will actually come out after Saturday's live stream, so that's a bit confusing, isn't it? But without further ado, I've made some modifications. I've been working on this for a while now. Let's go ahead and grab this. Okay, so we've got a lever here. And underneath this, I don't really want to break it. We've got sticky pistons here with a block on their face, just like that. Maybe we can see it over here. And then we've got our torches here. That way, by default, these pistons are extended and we have a floor. That way we can catch all the Enderman spawns. And then, if it starts to get laggy, or we just want to turn the farm off, they can just fall into the void, die, and, you know, respawn and have a little infinite loop here, which kind of looks cool. That looks cool. Also, I've put 2 carpets on top of all the redstone or spawnable blocks. that they can teleport to, not spawnable blocks per se. We've also added some walls right across the top right there and right here, and that is just so that we don't take damage whenever we are close to them. We can walk all the way up to this thing. We're walking all the way up to it and hit them, and we will not get damaged this time. So that was a fix in Gnembon's video number 26, which is farther than I ever looked into it before. So there's quite a few changes that he added for 1.14 to work, but a lot of the changes he fixed were actually fixed in 1.14.1. But this one was not. And apparently why they can hit you is because whenever you hit them, they like slightly teleport outside the block, and so they can actually smack you right then. So that's kind of weird, but as you can see right here, you can see our FPS in the top left is 120. And if we just start doing this for a while, there's a bunch of XP orbs, there's a bunch of, ender pearls that get caught up around here. And you'll see the FPS just keeps dropping. And that'll actually go down until about 10, which is terrible. This destroys my computer. And so what we do to fix that is just turn around, flick this, all the entities fall through, and you can see our FPS starts going back up. All we have to do is wait for these XP orbs, which there are a lot of. See, can I get a good angle here? There we go. There's a lot of XP orbs floating around. But as you can see, our FPS is back up to 140. So that is fantastic. Oh, man. That took forever. On to the next project. One live stream later. All right, so that was a lot of fun. We just got back from the live stream. We were up in the world. You got our little path here where we put our villagers in place. Let's go take a look at that on the video for those of you who didn't catch the live stream. Also, you can see in the chat, we died a few times. I can't page up. We died quite a few times in this episode. We also we summoned the Wither, we killed the Wither, and we constructed a beacon. We had enough for 3 beacons, so we got them all powered up here. We've got Regenerate Haste 2, Resistance 2, and Regeneration and Speed. So that is what we are going with right now. I need to go ahead and tear that out, but, in due time. So let's just go ahead and go check out our little breeder down here. This is, I think it's Impulse SV's design. I can't remember very well. But we've got these guys trapped down here. They're on a fence post. They can go to sleep at night. And then we have a farmer villager inside of here. So let's just go ahead and try not to insta-mine our way to nothingness. So he'll go here, he'll plant and pick those up, and then he'll go try to feed these guys. So they're always being fed. And, yeah, so that's basically the premise. We are collecting them in this ugly temporary cell down here. I don't know how many we have right now, but it's going to be 12 per hour, as I believe is what Impulse said the rate is. I think it's Impulse. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. It's been a while since I watched the video, too, but it took us about 4 hours to get everything done. We lost a couple villagers, but you know what? You do what you can. And it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. So I think next I'm just going to tear this down and then try to remember what we were going to do. I think we were going to build a farm of some sort. Alright, so we still have a little bit of a dirt pillar going up with our water column inside, but I think that's going to be good enough for a little bit of a cleanup session. Also, I have, last night off camera, gone ahead and started kind of moving everything over to the storage system. So that's fantastic, but I decided what I wanted to do. I need some light sources because there's snow everywhere, and the top of our little wall here, it doesn't really do too well. I could use glowstone. It's completely covered with snow, basically, is what I was trying to say there. My English is not always the best, especially after streaming for 4 hours, but that's okay. We want something to try to melt all of this, and I think yellow is going to be too harsh of a color, so we're going to go with blue. We're going to go try to get some sea lanterns. I'm going to make a very, very mini version. A very, very, very small version of a Guardian farm, and hopefully it works out well. I haven't actually tested this idea out, but, just so you know, magma blocks don't kill guardians, but campfires do. So that's the thing we're going to use. We're going to make campfires, and we're going to use bubble columns to kill them with. So we need sticks, we need coal. I got a bunch of coal, I'm not sure where it's at. And then just any type of wood. Apparently it has to actually be a log. Okay, that's interesting. Anyways, we'll make, I don't know, 25 campfires or so. I think we have everything down here we're going to need. Double check. Alright, again, I don't know where my coal is. I don't think I've got it up over here yet. No, those are all nether bricks. Let's just go ahead and grab some wood then. We got a little bit. We got enough to make a few campfires. Hopefully enough. Otherwise, I'll have to chop a little bit of wood. But yeah, then we're going to go find a monument. I went on Chunk Base, plugged in our seed. There's one at 650, 2200. I think that was the closest one. So that'll be, where are we? Positive X. So 650 will be that way. And then 2200 is also positive, it looks like. So that'll be this way. So in this direction, roughly, we'll fly for a while. We might repair our elytra before we go do that. We might grab some obsidian while we're in the end before we go do all this. I think that's a good idea. Let me make sure I have this set as our spawn. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and find our coal. Is that our coal? Yes. Let's make some of these campfires. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'll go meet you guys in the end, and I'll meet you guys back over at the Guardian Farm. Future Kyro here doing a voiceover. I decided that in order to keep these episodes shorter, I'll be doing the Guardian Farm in next episode. So until then, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. My name's Kyro and I'm out. I'll see you next time.